But the second you get punched in the face, you're like, uh-oh, what do I
That's what
do
it
now?
is. Everyone's got a plan until you get punched in the face, and I mean, props to those guys who have a plan and execute it perfectly. Good for you. That's not me. I can't do that.
I just use pressure passing. I'm a big guy, so I just squish and work my way through a body lock
See?
passes.
You're that jujitsu guy that I didn't like. That's why I stopped doing
I'm
jujitsu.
sorry. Well, a big part of this series is I love to speak to people who are up and coming superstars in their industry. And I know you're going to be major successful, but you have this kind of knack of having disgustingly happy through every training session. I always am breathing out my arse by the end of it. How do you use exhaustion in your training? Because people don't realize how knackering a fight is. Like once you start going into multiple rounds, etc. Do you add in like, going for a run, multiple rounds of HRT training, etc., then do some sparring to mimic the exhaustion of a fight? How do you get used to that so it becomes easy in training so that you can just fight in heaven?
Something that my coach says to me and my fight team constantly is that the training is worse than the fight. You should never be worried about the fight because the training is going to be worse. So that's something that we prepare for. Getting into that ring, I should have no worry in the word because no worry in the world because what I've gone through, the weeks before, will be a million times worse. So when it comes to that. The exhaustion and all of that, you just use that as fuel. You want to get to that point of, oh my god, I can't push anymore, oh my god, I can't push anymore, because once you get there, you push a little bit farther and you go, okay, well, I'm not going to feel this again, this fucking sucks, I don't want to feel this in the ring. So once you get to the ring, you're like, hey, I've been there, I felt like shit and now I feel great. So that's what we do.
So do you do things like, well, we called it Shark Tank in Jiu-Jitsu, where you have multiple rounds, that fresh
Yes,
opponent
sir.
every minute?
Yes,
Per
sir.
Yeah,
Yep.
and I
I will be stuck in the middle. My coach will put, a person at each corner and we get 30 seconds. So I'm in the middle for a whole 5 minutes. People in the corner will rotate every 30 seconds. That person goes in. Every 30 seconds, that person goes in. That person goes in. That person goes in constantly. So the person in the middle is being shark tanked. They can't get out. They got to stay up for that whole round. And then of course you end up rotating out. But oh yeah, Shark Tank's a great one.
yeah, when you're finished it, yes, I definitely agree with that. And what about your kind of approach to training? How much of an input would you have into your training? Or are you kind of, I just will do what they tell me, I will do it with enthusiasm, I enjoy it? Or do you get kind of to sit and go, I want to work on this area of my skills? Is there anything kind of, or do you lure the master plan kind of thing?
It's definitely a collaborative kind of training. My coach obviously is going to tell me what to work on and what he thinks I need to improve on, and so on and so forth. But I mean, if I'm coming in and I'm like, you know what, I'm not feeling so comfortable in these aspects, we need to work on this. To go, yeah, cool, we're doing that, and we'll do that. Injuries is a big one for me, where not even like super big injuries, but like little things where it's just like my knuckles will be all busted up, and like if I hit the bag, it'll split open, and I'll be, I can't punch for a couple days just because it's like oozing blood every time I hit.